What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about things that you don't want to do on the first date. First date no-nos. Before I start, I just want to say that if you missed our last live event, we had a really good time. We had a great turnout, and we had deep conversation like we like. So if you want to go to the next live event, or if you want to attend the next live event, click the link in the description. It will give you the next date of the next live event. I will be doing these live events about once a month. So like I said, if you're interested in the next live event, click the link in the description and register. And if that's not enough live for you, we will actually have something called a Zoom crew. And the Zoom crew will be me taking 20 people and going live once a week to make sure they get the coaching they need on their personal issues. We'll do those classes on Zoom and even potentially Google Classrooms. Anyway, if that's stuff you're interested in, the links to the live and the links to the Zoom crew and the live crew are both in the description below. Now onto this topic. I speak to a lot of women about their first date experiences, obviously. Usually the conversation's about if the guy likes her, what she should expect moving forward. One of the things that I find most disturbing when I speak to women about their first dates is how many women actually choose substance abuse or alcohol to use as a buffer in their date, to assist them in the experience. Quite honestly, I think it's very dangerous, and it's a very poor decision to be inebriated or high with someone the first time you hang out with them. I hardly ever speak to a woman that has gotten high with a guy and, wasn't regretful in some way of her first experience with him, who didn't doubt herself after having, been inebriated or high in front of a guy. Generally, if you're entertaining yourself with your first date to such a degree that you're not yourself and you don't have all your faculties, you haven't gathered enough information about them. People wonder why they don't get, healthy relationships, or why they're not being offered healthy relationships, but they've never started relationships from a healthy place. All the connections and the trust and the support that you would hope for in a relationship can't be attached to weed or alcohol or whatever other drugs you like to use. Date rape is a thing. It happens. It happens. I wish more of you guys would, or more of you young ladies would just consider, for 1 second, just consider some of the dangers that are presenting themselves to you in using a bunch of drugs on the first date, trying to have a great time and give a guy a great fun impression of you. Stop trying to be so damn fun and get the information that you came for. A first date is supposed to be about gathering information. It's supposed to be about learning whether or not a person is right for you, whether or not a person is qualified for the application of being your man or your significant other. He's supposed to be doing the same. If neither of you are gathering pertinent information about each other, but you're both having a great time, whether or not you're using sex or drugs to entertain each other, you haven't done the work. So when it doesn't work out, or you're not presented with a person's heart, don't be confused. Just understand that you started as a source of entertainment. You will end as a source of entertainment, most likely. It makes no sense to be inebriated or to be high on your first date. What do you want to come of your relationships? Do you want to just find someone you can get high with? Someone you can just have sex with, or just get drunk with, or have a great time with? Someone you can just have fun with? Eventually, you have to live life with your partner. Eventually, you have to support one another. Eventually, you have to form some level of interdependence. But the willingness to support each other, and the willingness to be there for each other, and the willingness to grow intellectually and emotionally and energetically and spiritually has to be there. How have you quantified that? How have you figured that out? How have you taken inventory of a person's qualifications if all you're trying to do is be really fun when they see you? No one is deserving of a touch, a feel, a fuck, or anything like that on the first date. You're supposed to be gathering information as one does if he's interviewing a new employee. Could you imagine showing up to a job interview and the interviewer pulls out a joint and gets high right in front of you, forgets half of the questions, doesn't ask the other half, and just gives you the job? I would almost be afraid to take the job if I got hired by somebody who was drunk when they interviewed me. Yet and still, so many of us do that on the first date. We get drunk, we get high, we fondle each other. We do all of this cheap stuff to entertain each other and make the most of the night and have no real information afterwards. Just a bunch of ambiguity and a bunch of questions. Ultimately, I'm the one that gets those questions. They contact me. Does this guy like me? I was too high to remember what the hell happened. Does this guy like me? We drank a little bit too much and had sex. Does this guy like me? So many of you are concerned with being liked and liking somebody that you're not gathering information. You're not investigating people properly. You're not even qualifying people based on any set of needs that you might have. You're completely unaware of the things that matter. Too many of you are trying to be a good time on a date instead of learning about the person that you're on a date with, instead of protecting yourself. Some of you should treat dates more like interviews. Show up sober, leave sober. Too many women out here are being abused and being taken advantage of for y'all to be out here just being reckless. Of course nothing should happen to you. Of course you should be able to get drunk and get high wherever you want to be and nothing happen to you. But that is not the world we live in. You need to start protecting yourself and you need to start focusing on what your goal is. If your goal is a real relationship, if your goal is real love, getting high and getting drunk and getting banged on the first date is not the way to get there. Yes, many have achieved love being that reckless, but that is the exception and not the rule. I can almost guarantee you that there's somebody watching this video, or a multitude of women watching this video, who have passed their prime, who wish they had spent more time gathering that information. If y'all in this video, if the more mature women are in this video, who regret some of that mess that they did when they were younger, please coach these young women in the comment section. Let these young women know that you don't have forever to get it right. And while it's never too late, why wait till it's that late? So I guess I say all that to say, stop drinking on first dates. Stop getting high on first dates. Start being safer on first dates and start gathering more pertinent, valuable information about the person you're trying to date on your first date. Start worrying about whether or not they have the skills and the qualifications on the first date instead of just trying to be a good time. But stop worrying so much about being liked and start worrying about whether or not you should like them, whether or not you should be impressed by them, whether or not you should even give them your time, whether or not they're deserving of your energy. Some of y'all have a good time and completely just stop qualifying a man after that. You stop taking in information. You stop worried about his standards or morals or values or character or integrity. You decide you like him and nothing else matters after that. A lot of times it starts from that first date, having went too far and hoping that it wasn't in vain. So you go forward a little bit more. You don't want to feel stupid. He starts to play with you. You don't want to feel stupid. So you keep going forward, hoping that you haven't wasted your time, wasted your energy, and given yourself to a man who doesn't respect you. Ultimately, you find out that not only was the first time a waste of time and a total loss, but so was the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth time. I need you ladies to start being more aware of yourselves. I need you to start focusing more on the goal, which is healthy love, and requiring that you have a healthy experience with the guy from the very beginning. There's a time and place to drink alcohol and get high if that's what you choose to do. But a damn sure ain't the first date. Too many women doing a walk of shame home and never getting a call back. And then asking me what they've done wrong. I really want what's best for y'all. I want y'all to have healthy experiences, but you have to do some of the work. You have to commit yourself to some form of awareness, of discernment, of good decision making. To throw everything that you have at a stranger in order for acceptance generally leads to disappointment. So again, keep the first date sober. Drink water, Kool-Aid, pop, juice. Ask good questions. Take inventory of what's being told to you. Take good notes. Don't worry about being liked. Worry about learning about this person. That's what a first date's for. Anyway, I guess my little rant is over. If you haven't signed up for the next live event, you can do so in the comment section or in the description box. Also, channel memberships are now live. If you want to join as a channel member, you will be afforded exclusive content. Also, if you want to become a channel member, I'll be making extra bonus videos out of appreciation for my channel members to help keep this channel going while this COVID thing ravishes all of our YouTube revenue. If you want access to that bonus content, please consider becoming a channel member. The link is in the description. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll get with y'all later.